God I got that lighter flick. Oh. Okay, there we go.
Wheezy. I went back and listened to the Carter 3 the other day.
Yeah, that's a great album.
Man.
Great album.
We. That was on repeat.
They be playing that shit at the warehouse.
Do they really?
Yeah, they be playing a whole bunch of. You will love to be working there. What's today? Monday, right?
Yes.
I was out there saying, I think it was Saturday, bro. I don't know what they be doing because they just play satellite radio. So motherfuckers just choose the station, bro. They was playing some mean ass East Coast shit, bro. Grimy. They was playing Wu-Tang. 90s? Yeah, they was playing Raekwon, Ghostface, Nas. Like, you remember when we went to the Nas concert and shit? They pretty much. How
could I forget?
Yeah, they was pretty much playing music like that. It was wild.
Dude, that's I didn't know that's how Aldi got down.
Yeah, they be playing. It's different. It's different flavors. You'll have that. They was playing West Coast. They was playing. They play like a lot of what you call it? I wouldn't say rock, but like your
Wasn't Kid Rock, was it?
No, don't see. I was about to bring that up so we could segue what we was talking about off air. But they be playing. What genre is like? And if I'm blending in genres, correct me. But like shit like Paramore, Green Day, Panic at the Disco, Coldplay, like that type of sound.
Would just be under the genre of like I would like because like Coldplay is such like I would just say alternative rock to be as bland as possible for all of them in a group.
Just like that's like kind of a good little basis, alternative rock.
Just alternative rock.
Just like off the we don't even have to deep dive, but just if you want to throw a quick answer, like alternative rock, we can take a look. We can take a further look later.
You could say like, all right, what I mean? This band's indie. This band, all together, it's not what you would call normal rock.
Exactly. That's what I thought. So, anyways, yes, they be playing Kid Rock time to time up there. But we'll go back into our original discussion we was talking about off air.
Do you think they're ready for that?
Yeah, they gotta be, bro, because this shit was already enticing when we was talking about that shit, bro.
Let's do the drops real quick.
Yep. All right, hold on. Oh yeah, STLiens podcast episode.
Hold on, testing. Is my lengths up?
Yeah, you link.
Or am I just that low in voice?
There you go. Make sure right here where the little sign is. There you go.
Testing.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Wow, that actually makes a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know the fucking mic was moved like that.
Yeah, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, there you go. We good to go. But, yeah, let me make sure. Yeah, we good. Monitor up a little bit. Levels looking right. But, yeah, STLiens podcast episode. You already know what the fuck it is. You'll see it when you watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Turn it up. Turn my shits up. There we go.
Like NASCAR. Okay, I got it.
Oh, okay. Fuck it, I throw that one in there.
Okay, I got it. That was humorous.
Shout out to the RZA.
There we go. All right. So the discussion we was having for the audience and the viewers that's listening right now, me and Skew-matic was talking about. First and foremost, we was talking about if they had a versus battle of Detroit, Kid Rock versus Eminem.
Insane.
Which that's already a whole nother topic right there. But within that, we was talking about white trash, and then within white trash, we was comparing them to rednecks. So so that's a discussion we on right now.
So I had off the record, and I gotta, I don't even have to say this, but I did for a second go, I consider rednecks white trash, but then I had to stop myself because redneck is more of like a cultural, it's a way of life. Like people are proud to be redneck out there in the South or anywhere really, but white trash, like I was telling Charles, like every ethnic group, just as people. As humans, there is a group of people out there that are just the cesspool of what the world has to offer. Mm-hmm. If you want to group the whites in one category, white trash, it's not pretty, man.
No, that shit. White trash is very dirty, very it's very gritty. Like it's just when you look at like the group of just white trash in general, it looks very. Just nasty, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, here's the thing. So back to what we was talking about. The reason why I feel like rednecks are a little different, because again, they got that Confederate flag. They got that. They got that. They got some type of pride tied into it. Like white trash, really not proud of nothing. Their lifestyle is just fuck it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah,
Like,
they just, it's just, like I said, they just reproduce.
that's what, because
nothing's going on.
Because
You're
rednecks be ignorant, but they low key got a purpose. Like if you talk to a redneck, they'll the stereotypes like, oh, America, we got the goddamn, like they have that shit. Like they have certain policies, even though it's ignorant as fuck. But they have
they still at least have a purpose.
Yeah,
I guess.
they have some type of purpose, even though it's twisted. They have a purpose to it. And some rednecks low key be intelligent. It'd be like one of those things to where, like, if you talk to the casual redneck, it's like, nah, that's some ignorant ass shit. But if you talk to a very intelligent redneck, you be like, that shit is ignorant, but it low key does make sense from that point of view.
Yeah,
like,
man. You got to think, like, not all rednecks. Like, I mean, shit. I've met people that are, would willingly call themselves, I'm a redneck. These are people that aren't even, not a redneck doesn't have to be racist or follow certain ideologies of like white supremacists. You could be a redneck and just be proud to be from the South, or maybe you live in a country, not urban, area.
Exactly.
It's a way of life to people, to fish, to hunt, from what I've been told.
That's what I'm saying. It's a lifestyle to it, but
white trash, like I said, if you are someone that's white and you are labeled white trash, it is not a good thing. That's what I'm trying to chalk it up to. You do not. If someone called me white trash, you almost got to think like, damn, is that how I'm carrying myself?
He says I'm carrying myself.
Is that really who I'm perceived to be to the outside world?
But you know what, bro? I'm gonna be honest with you though. I feel like over time, white trash kind of ended up gaining a sense of pride, just through I don't know, just through they own lifestyle. Like that's just not giving a fuck. You know what I mean? Because for example, we talking about Kid Rock, right? If you look at the Kid Rock video, like yeah, it's got some white trash in there, but you see a sense of culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
it's the brotherhood.
The brotherhood, like the motorcycles. You know what I mean? The
the oversized jeans and white tank tops, and the fucking Pall Mall Reds.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It just got that, again, white trash is just that nasty grittiness. Like it's just nasty, but like it's nasty, but in the most like horrible, great way possible. Like you just look at it and it's just like, it's nasty, but I get it. Like I understand it. Like, you know what I mean? Like really think about it. You look at it and you're like, oh, I don't fuck with it, but I understand. Because some things you can look at it and be like, man, what the fuck? But
where would the white trash be to you? Like if you were looking at a map of like around St. Louis or St. Louis itself, it could be like, you could say Sullivan. Sorry if you're listening, you're from Sullivan, Missouri, but that's where you would find some white trash specifically.
But white trash here, I'm happy you brought that up, because see, this is how no matter where you go in life, culture is culture. So, for example, Sullivan, Mo, Alton, like places outside of city limits, yeah, you're gonna have your trailer park or those white trash communities. But when shit becomes, once things start gathering in the city and people get influenced by that city life, like St. Louis, you come to find out white trash can be right next to you.
It can be someone you love.
Yeah. You may be compensated if you got, but no, for real, because it's just like, if you look at it, you can, like, if you live right next to white trash, you can just tell about how the home looks. Because again, that's when it's no longer a community, it's an entity in that person. So even though the whole block may not be white trash, like how you see in these country little towns and communities, it's just like, now it's just an entity. So you look out and like, oh, okay, that's white trash. You can tell by the dirty little bikes in the front yard, the little, what's the little shit the kids be in, like, the little cars, what are they called? What I'm,
the battery powered ones?
Yeah, the battery powered cars, like those, you can see those outside a little dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It look like they ain't been clean, but the kids still be fucking with them. Random shit on the porch.
Mudding.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's, yep.
Nah, that's a redneck thing. Yeah, I'm not going to take that from them.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, white trash, I feel like it's just
they don't have activities. Meth. That's, I'll
true.
take it a
Okay.
step further. And the reason why, like, if anyone that was listening is like, Thomas, you're white. Why are you? Here's the thing. One, I don't identify as white trash, so I can talk freely about this.
Yeah, it's 'cause
the second thing is, I hear enough from racist white people about, like I said off air, it doesn't even have to necessarily be white trash. I feel like just as people, there is a group of trash.
Mm-hmm.
So if you happen to be Mexican, you could be Mexican trash. If you happen to be black, you could be black trash.
It's just different names.
Right. We hear so much from white people that are usually racist about, people that live in the hood that aren't white.
Yeah, exactly.
So, we gotta bring to the fact that there is white trash out here.
But that's just how America is. You have one race or one culture, and then you have subcultures. So white trash is a subculture of white, just
Right.
like redneck.
And maybe all trash of all colors could come together. I don't know.
That's Civil War too.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Niggas and white trash versus militant blacks and everyday white people. Like this is
Blue collar whites. Oh, shit, man. We just made a new
Damn.
movie.
Yeah, I know, right? Civil War 2. That shit crazy. Niggas and white trash is versus like
That's a dangerous combination,
that's a
man.
very that's a lot of ignorance.
I don't know what side I would fall on because I don't know what
Yeah.
side I would want to fight, man.
Yeah, I don't
That's-
know. I just look, I fuck around, move up north like in the OG Civil War. I'll be
yeah.
up there with the capitalist whites
Yeah.
and capitalist black folk. Oh, look at these niggas, white trash, like trailer parks versus the hood. Damn.
What if we get to a point though in life where, like I said, unification, trailer park hoods. Imagine we're just going through a fucking Castle Point and we just see a couple trailer homes outside of the usual bandos.
You know, I'm not gonna lie though. I've been seeing a lot of people buying trailer parks and like renovating them.
I'll be honest, man.
They gentrifying the park.
Yeah.
They
Dude.
gentrifying trailer parks.
Which, by the way, on one of our first, within the first 5 episodes, I want to say even 3 episodes, we talked about gentrification for a whole episode. Now, 2 years later, it's been 2 years, right? Or 1 year?
For the podcast,
Yeah.
I think it's been 2.
Yeah, 2 years. Yeah, it started in
2.
COVID, 2020.
Yep.
The South Side is a specific area we've talked about on that episode and how it was slowly getting gentrified.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now it's 2 years later, it's progressed a lot, not in a good way.
Yeah, not in a good way. And then back I was talking about this shit's just everywhere because the white trash, you need to look out now because I've been seeing photos of just everybody buying trailer parks and just renovating them and being like, oh, okay, here's this new looking trailer park now. Because people wasn't touching trailer parks for a minute. I give white trash that. They had trailer parks. No, for real, they had trailer parks on lock. You knew as a kid, when you seen a trailer park, you knew what was going on. I'm not setting foot.
Dude, the trailer parks were just as scary as walking through the hood.
Exactly. And to be honest, people may start throwing knives at me. They may start crucifying me, but Eminem's to blame for that because he brought that shit to mainstream.
He really and this was at a time when he was the craziest.
That's what I'm saying. So he was the embodiment of white trash. Because before then
well, he said it himself.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you really think about it, bruh, because we have the advantage. Because unlike the rest of the world, the Midwest, again, back what we was talking about, even though you're not white trash, and of course I'm not a part of that, we grew up around white trash. I'm not gonna say it on air because out of respect, but we knew kids we went to school with that was white trash. So Eminem, to the world, to America, blonde hair, blue eyes was the epitome, the epitome. It was up there, that was the upper echelon. Yeah. But in our communities, blonde hair and blue eyes, if you was white trash enough, that blonde ain't gonna look too blonde. It's gonna look a little dirty because you've been
dirty blonde.
Yeah, you've been playing in that dirt for so long. That dirt fused with the blonde and just somehow made a new color. And that's what Eminem was, because his hair was blonde, but it wasn't blonde.
He bleached it.
Yeah, it wasn't like no Mean Girls blonde. We're just oh, these preppy hoes. No, that shit was a little dirty because he been playing around in that trailer. Them trailer parks be dirty, man. You been through a trailer park.
Like I said, the trailer parks can be equally scarier than.
Yeah.
You don't know. Like I said, guys are crazy in the trailer parks.
Yeah, that carpet got a lot of stains on it, man.
Yeah, well, it's not ketchup.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Them
It's
trailer
something
parks get
else.
grimy, bro.
Jeffrey Dahmer. We
Yeah.
just seen Netflix.
But yeah, I can't wait though. I want to see that Kid Rock and
Eminem versus.
Eminem.
I'm gonna be honest. The view count on that thing is gonna be fucking insane. I don't even want to go there in person because the mosh pits are just gonna be white trash fighting, and that's a lot of people getting fucked up.
That's a lot of people. Okay, see, now I'm really starting to think a little bit. I feel like it's different. Is it different, John? Just like, okay, because I'm trying to see it in the viewpoint as me. So as a black man, you know, it's different types of niggas. So
Right.
is it different types of white trash? Like you got like the Kid Rock type, and then you may have the like it's can white trash technically be like the juggalos too, and then like people who listen to heavy metal?
Hey,
Is
man.
that technically white trash?
I'll tell you
Or-
right now. So look, I wouldn't consider myself a professor on the topic of white trash, but I will say from my experiences in life and from what I've seen, I just chalk it up to if they're white trash, they're white trash, but each specific one has like a personality.
That's what I'm saying.
So, is
it's
that
like-
personality, is he white trash Juggalo affiliated? Is he white trash the ones that say the N-word commonly?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
it's
So
like,
it's
what,
like,
what
is
kind are you? We know that you're this, but what's the spice?
Exactly. 'Cause
How are you spicing this up other than just being in that group?
That's why I be saying, because it's just different. Like, again, back to niggas. Like you got street niggas, real niggas, like hood niggas. It's different types of white trash too.
What's the equivalent for white trash but on that?
for black people?
I guess,
I
yeah.
guess-
Like what
what's-
would the racist whites be talking about? Because that's usually what they go to.
Like you saying like the racist whites talk about like white trash or talk about us? Like what you mean?
So basically, what would the white trash, how we're talking about with the whites, what would that be like? Because you said there's different kinds.
Yeah, there's
for
different-
you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, all right, what would the white trash equivalent be on that then? Like someone like a group that you would even look at and go,
No,
what type would that be?
Again, I think that just goes back to really niggas for real. Just because you gotta understand, at the end of the day, what connects white trash and all these different branches and all that is just the ignorance. You know, that's why I know some podcasts ago when, Milan was here, he's currently out of town right now handling business. So go ahead and shout out a big DFA for our boy. But we were talking about it, and I think we was even talking about the N-word. And I was like, I only use niggas when I see ignorant motherfuckers. So, like, when I see ignorant black folks, I'm like, that's just some nigga shit. I think that's the same thing with white trash, is ignorant ass white folks.
That's exact.
So
I'm
I
glad
think-
you said that because
yeah,
that's exact.
so-
I was going with when I say white trash, what I think of is ignorant because it doesn't even have to be like poor.
That's what I'm saying.
You,
It's just
you
it's
can
just
be poor
ignorant.
and not white trash.
Because like same thing. It's just parallel. That's why we made that joke. Like, what if white trash and niggas got together? Because they pretty much be living the same. Because white trash, if you look at their home, yards be fucked up. Hella like nasty kids that look like they haven't taken like a real bath in a while, running around. Bless you.
Thank you.
Running around. You got toys out on the front. You got like some poker chips next to a shovel on the front porch. Like, bless you.
Thank
Some
you.
random
Like,
ass shit.
how did that get there?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Random ass shit. Same thing with niggas. You go to house fucked up, gutters looking nasty, kids running around. You got the baby just with a diaper on, yard fucked up. It's the same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just the ignorance of it. So, because again, I know we talking about rednecks too, but I met some very clean rednecks. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if hold on.
Look, this is
caught
a
the sneeze.
I did. This is a
Play
thing
the
for the
numbers.
viewers. I'm notorious. I've broken my nose at least 5 times throughout my life.
Owen
And
Wilson.
I think I think I have an overly sensitive nose now. When I sneeze, I go on for like at least like 20 sneezes. So I just tell everybody, just is after the second sneeze, just don't even worry about saying bless you,
Bro,
cause
we just gonna edit the sneezes as beeps
or gunshots.
on me, right? But I feel like it's just like that though. I think it's just, that's just an American thing. Ignorance always had its own like little subculture, but that's with every race though. Every race got some ignorant.
That's exactly
shit.
what I
That's
was
just an
saying, man.
American
Like
thing.
every ethnic group you can
It's
think
just a
of,
different name.
there's just something there. We all have that trash. And then if you want to think of it on a broader scale, if you want to just be like, oh well, we're all humans. All right, at the end of the day, there are certain humans that are trash humans.
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
So that's why at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter about the color, but because of just the society that we live in, we can talk about
That's
white
what I'm
trash.
saying. Yeah, exactly. It was just some funny shit, anyways. I mean, at the end, it'll just be funny to see that versus, but it's nice to take that deep dive because I feel like.
I mean, no one else will. That's why we do this.
But we from the Midwest, and that's like that's the true embodiment of white trash is the Midwest.
Yeah, no, there's
No other-
it's very rare to see like you got to come to us. It's like a fucking like an amusement park.
Yeah,
You
that's
got to
what I'm
come
saying.
to the Midwest to really witness that trash.
That's what I'm saying. Cause like again, down south is rednecks, up north are the uppity like, ooh, I have a $5 million loft in Manhattan. You know what I mean? That Home Alone type of like that very corporate white. You know the very like when you see America, I want you to see just us like that type of white. You know what I mean? Like up north.
The poster children.
Yes, everything that America tries to make like itself great about is in like that northern part. Like, you know what I mean? West Coast, like that's like the surfer skater, you know what I mean? That's where you get like a lot of that very like earthy, like kind of
Spiritual white.
rebellious, but in a good way type of white, like, you know what I mean, going against the grain. Like that's over there in the West Coast. Then like in the Midwest, it's just like, I don't know, just that white trash. But again, it makes sense because if you look at the Appalachian Mountains, when they disbanded, I mean, when they moved out west, I mean, hey, they came here because that's like the closest thing.
Yeah.
For real. Like in the Midwest, whether it be Cleveland, Detroit, St. Louis, fucking Wisconsin. So it makes sense because if you look at the geographics of everything and how they moved, they kind of just migrated over here. You know what I mean?
Hey, if there's one thing they're good at, it's migrating.
And meth.
Yeah. I will say, man, meth. There's one thing I mean, you've seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I never seen anyone that looked like what's like the stereotypical like classy looking white dude. Like I never seen a person that looked like fucking Chris Evans sell meth. Like it's just like I just always
There's a look.
Yeah, it's a very
And you know where you can find it?
what's that?
Cahokia. And if you're from around here, you'll find that at least a little. I would hope that you would find, if you've been to Cahokia, that deserves at least a chuckle. If you're from Cahokia and you happen to be white, then you got to look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you got to ask yourself, am I white trash? You can't, and if you get offended, then I'm just going to assume that,
I don't know. I feel like Cahokia is not that deep as white trash. It's like blue collar white trash. It's not as bad. See, the only reason I'm not going hard is because they do have a QT in Cahokia.
Do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh,
right
that must have been, bro. That must have been new when we worked at Amazon together.
It was when we worked at Amazon.
What?
It's across the street from the high school. I used to take my break there all the time.
Oh man,
On me. So that they got my respect because that's one of the few spots over on the east side where QT stationed up at.
They must have had me delivering in the the gutters of Cahokia.
Because Cahokia is different parts and shit. Like over there by the high school, that's when you have a lot of like I said, the blue collar white trash. Kind of like, I wouldn't say the weird black dudes, like black people, but like the black folks. It's like the weird group of black people that may listen to drill music, but you got like another side that may listen to Tech Nine. Like you have a lot of that kind
The
of
juggalos of the black.
on me. You got a lot of that shit, but
Damn.
yeah, shout out to Kogi. They got that QT over there. Which
Hey.
says a lot because they got the QT over in Cahokia, but they don't have no QTs on the north side. Quick Trip scared of them niggas.
They do have a quick trip off Purcell Road in Spanish Lake and Blackjack.
Oh, that's the county though.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah.
Like go like
Yeah, no, you don't see a quick trip off Broadway.
no, you don't. You
Damn.
don't see no.
Phillips 66 though.
Yeah, you don't see
they
no
remain true.
You don't see no QT at the square. None at the Ville. You
Nope.
don't see. Yeah, it's no QTs on the north side,
That's
bro.
true, man.
I remember my big bro told me that a while back, and I was like, "No, I had to think." I'm like, "Damn, it ain't."
There's one technically, I think. Well, yeah, the Ferguson one they rebuilt, but that's
Still, that's
once
the
again,
county.
yeah.
That's the county. Ain't none on the north side, and they missing out too. They can make a lot of money. They really could.
Yeah, I mean, like, why couldn't they? You know,
Bro, like
the reason why they're not doing it is because they're looking at it like,
yeah, the crime.
Yeah.
But like, dude, the north side will fuck with a QT. So you telling me I can fill up gas, get relos, go to the kitchen and get some shit, and come on, bruh.
they don't see. Look,
They not thinking right. Like,
you're saving everybody one less trip from going all the way to insert fucking spot here to eat.
That's what
when
I'm
you
saying.
just got man. Look, you're right, man.
cause for real, people, cause in normal day activity, motherfuckers gotta go to the gas station. They gotta, they gotta get their shit together, get gas. Now they gotta drive to White Castles, whatever, to get food. If you go to the QT, you can get all that in one. And anyways, I don't know why y'all over here being scared because you already got security down at most of the south side locations around those parts. So y'all, if y'all really want security, y'all can just get it up there at the north side one.
Yeah,
And y'all business will be booming. Bro, niggas will fuck with them Johnsonville brats. Okay? So you telling me, man, bro, so you telling me I can get some Swishers, a couple Johnsonville brats when that, you know what I mean, when that weed kick in,
right.
and I can fill up at the pump? Come on, bro.
But what about it being a
Fuck on the
do you
run.
think people would fuck with the fact that it's a police substation?
I mean, damn near every gas station is a police substation.
I mean, that is a good point.
For real.
Because
like,
I've even seen on the runs that are, they don't have it in the window like Quick Trip does, but, you always see cops there
Bro,
just getting shit.
I think unofficially but officially every gas station is a police substation. Because 7-Eleven be like that.
Yeah.
Phillips 66 be like that. You pull up, you just see a cop right there with the lights on. You look over, all right. Go in there, get your shit together. Even every gas station and maybe corner store, depending on who owns that motherfucker, is a police substation.
Yeah.
And them cops, hey, you know what? Hey, look, this is probably like one good thing, like one benefit I'll throw for the cops, because you already know, like, I really don't fuck with cops like that. But even for the cops, y'all can get y'all free donut and fountain drink.
Yeah.
All the north side officers, y'all can go up there and get y'all free fountain drink.
Maybe that extra, snack options will prevent them from being angry enough to abuse their power.
That's what I'm saying. Like, go get a soda. You know what I'm saying?
That
like,
Red Bull can save a life.
Exactly. No,
Damn.
Get some wings and get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Man, I'm waiting on the day Quick Trip actually adds wings to their menu. People need to understand, if you're listening and you're not from...
Quick wings.
Yeah. If you're on the West Coast and you're listening, or the East Coast, Quick Trip is a gas station that has literally everything but Wi-Fi. If they add Wi-Fi to Quick Trips, it's over.
No, they don't want to add Wi-Fi because I help with ordering. It'll no longer be Quick Trip.
Right, everybody would just swarm.
Yeah, people are not quick no more.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of Quick Trip. In and out. Like, okay, here's
You
your
have
shit.
no reason to be here.
Exactly.
Still.
Yes, a quick trip. That's it. Quick Trip so quick they forgot to put the C in. That's how quick
They rushed through it.
Yo, they rushed the C, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man.
That was pretty good,
yeah,
man.
for real. I'm
Hey,
really
I'm not
St.
gonna lie.
Louis
I'll
like
give you
that,
credit,
bro.
man.
That's how quick they are. They forgot while they spelling that shit out. They're like, ooh, we forgot to see. Fuck it.
Rushed.
Man, come on, bro.
That's how quick. Man, that is we need to do a commercial like that for them so we can get hired on.
Bro, I'm telling you, I fuck with Quick Trip. Look, I'm going to tell, hey, you going to laugh at this shit, bro. You ain't really St. Louis or from the Midwest, particularly St. Louis. You really ain't from here if you haven't dated or talked to a girl that's either one, a QT employee, or two, or a nurse. Am I wrong, Thomas?
No, you're not wrong,
Come
man.
on, bruh.
I can't even say I haven't. You're completely right.
Okay,
man.
everybody at least dated one or two, because over here, everybody damn near worked at QT, and everyone's a fucking nurse. Everyone's a healthcare worker.
Everyone's a nurse, man. You know what's crazy? Some of these, I'm not even limited to just women, but some of these people that are going towards the nursing options,
Bro.
are people that should not be nurses,
But
man.
it be not on me, but it be like that though, because I get it, it's booming. Unfortunately, it's a dangerous city, so we need a lot of nurses and healthcare workers. But it's a lot of them fucking here. Okay, it's a lot of them, and you not really from here. If I go into your dating history, and it can be for girls too. On the flip side, for guys, for the guys you dated, but you're not really from here if you haven't dated someone that worked at QT or is a healthcare provider or a healthcare worker.
You know what? It's got to be for women thinking like that towards men. It's got to be like Amazon drivers for them.
Oh, you on me?
Everybody's been an Amazon driver
and
nowadays.
FedEx.
And yeah,
bro,
UPS is the only one that like you actually have to work there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But see, we St. Louis men because we both worked at both FedEx and Amazon.
Sometimes so I still wear the Amazon jacket.
Man, I still got my FedEx merch.
And the FedEx dude, but the FedEx jacket is actually some of the best material clothing I've ever had.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like that shit could survive winters.
It can, but I'm happy. I'm outside of that life because I feel like I grew up. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. When I was working at FedEx, I was living that stereotype. My ex at the time was a nurse, and it felt awkward getting together. And I'm wearing a FedEx uniform. She got her scrubs on. We look like a St. Louis romantic comedy right now.
Dude,
it feels
King
like
of Queens.
Yes, Romeo. King of Queens, Romeo and Juliet, St. Louis version. I'm like, what is going on now? Like, this isn't right. I had to grow up.
Yeah, man. God, I was literally living that.
That's what I'm saying. But it's a St. Louis thing, bro. Because I know a lot of people like that. Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, because my shorty, she a RN and shit.
She
CNA.
works nights.
You know what I mean? She a CNA. You don't know what the fuck that mean. You like, oh, okay. Yeah, she's CNA and shit. She be working third shift. Today her 12-hour. So I'm gonna try to hurry up and knock this shit out so I can hit the crib and shit. You like, damn, bro, this is really real. Like,
this is real, man.
Damn. I know hella women with scrubs on. You like, what's going on. They got the ID right here.
Yep.
Like, they just clocked out. The little Nissan Altima. You go ahead.
Honda Civics for me, man.
Yes,
I've seen too many nurses with the Honda Civic.
Yes, match made in heaven. Nurse got the Altima or the Honda Civic, and dude and the Amazon driver either got the shitty Dodge Charger. It's not even a Hellcat. It's just a Charger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He either got the Dodge Charger, or the what's the other one? Or like a Challenger.
Challenger, yep.
You know what I mean? Match made in heaven. Little shitty tinted window job. You tried to black the rims out, but you did it hella bougie, so it looked like the paint peeling off.
Have you seen? Look, man, because driving, I think every podcast for the last like 3, I've like done one complaint about something that has to do with driving because of my work.
That's just how the city be.
Man, you know what's one thing that really pisses me off? Every time you're on the highway, bumper to bumper traffic, you're like, okay, what the fuck is taking, did someone get in an accident?
Mm-mm.
It's either one of two things. One, you finally get up there after an hour of waiting, and it's just one fucking cop car who happened to pull over somebody. Somehow,
Yeah.
And then the second one is an accident happened on the other side of the highway, and people are just being nosy.
Oh, yeah, and just want to see what's crashing.
And just want to see what's crashing and do it. And this has happened to me on and off again every fucking, like, for the last 2 weeks. And it's always when I'm trying to get back to the warehouse to clock out. You sitting there in the fucking traffic, and you finally get up there. And it's like, I don't care if the fucking car is in flames. Why are you all just so nosy to the point where you just gotta, we're just gonna drive 5 miles per hour now and just watch?
It's because this city's so small, we want to see if we know him.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn, that's Jeffrey Carr. Oh, shit. Hey.
Guess what happened?
Right, you see what happened? Damn. We trying to see if we know him. And then secondly, after that, we trying to see if anyone died. Because over here it's so weird. Like a lot of death be happening, so people want to see it firsthand. So they just got a story to talk about. Like,
That's
oh
what it
yeah, I
is.
seen it.
It's actually
People just want to have a story.
it's
So
like back in the day with the gladiators.
for real.
Everybody just wanting to see some motherfuckers just,
Mm-hmm.
and no one wants to admit that because then people would feel like they have a problem. So, most people think it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying what people thinking because that's what it is. Because St. Louis is a slow-paced city. Like if you compare it to other maybe busier cities, maybe like New York or L.A., they may see shit like that all the time, but when they get to where they going, they ain't really got time to talk about like, yeah, it was an accident on such and
Yeah,
such.
they got to keep it pushing.
But over here, yeah, if I'm saying like, all right, if you like, all right, hey Charles, I'm gonna be on my way. Like, all right, bet I see you, in a bit. You pull up, you come in the house, hey, what's up? No. Like, bro, guess what? I fucking seen on the highway. You like, what happened? Man, bro, so I'm driving, traffic fucked up. Man, this whole car is no. We went to a whole story about it.
Right.
Because it's just again, we just like to see shit like that so we can talk about it.
I'm like that too, but here's the thing. I can still see shit while I'm driving 60 miles per hour like the
Exactly.
highway intended. I don't get like there's no reason to like write a book about it. These people are riding by slow enough to where they're just it's like they're watching a movie and it's like, bro, just acknowledge what happened. Oh shit, that guy got his fucking foot cut off. Or oh shit, that car is just smoldered.
It's just in flames.
It's in flames. Keep it pushing. Just keep driving. You don't have to like I said. I think some people are just fucked up enough to where they want to see if something fucked up happens.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's how it is. But and then another note you got good put into it too. It's always good to take a look at it. But I think a lot of times and this is another main reason why I fuck up traffic because people be taking that shit to another level, and then now they want to record the shit. Yeah. Now they want to make that shit a vlog. They be like, oh look. Man, look at this shit. Can y'all believe this? No.
Trying to get rich off a mistake.
Yeah, on me, just trying to get the attention of it. But I mean, again, that's just how the shit works over here. But driving is already crazy. One thing I tell people, bro, is just make sure you got insurance, and you know what I mean. If driving is like playing the game of chicken. If you're not good at playing chicken, bro, just be on the side.
Just stay out of the way.
Cause that's all it is. You ever, and I don't know why they do this shit because it's just like you gonna fuck yourself up as much as you gonna fuck me up. But it's like at an intersection and you getting ready to turn, but like it's at that point to where the yellow arrow starting to turn red, and like you getting ready to turn, but for whatever weird reason, it doesn't have to be that situation. But anytime you turn and it's opposite traffic coming, when you turning for whatever reason, the other car just feels like, yeah, I need to speed up and try to hit this person. Dude. Like it's just weird, simple, weird shit like that.
Or if you're trying to merge onto a highway from an entrance ramp, and the person like they have to yield, and sometimes maybe you have to yield, but either way, when you try to get over, someone can be like 2 exits back, but in the same lane, and just for some reason think, no, fuck this guy, I'm gonna speed up and take his spot.
I'm telling you, it's just a game of chicken. It's either you gotta check your ego that day. You gotta be like, am I willing to do this, or you just gotta.
I've witnessed that too many times, and like I said on like the 4th episode we did of this podcast, I fucking hate how if you just drive a little bit faster than somebody unintentionally, 9 times out of 10, anyone in the city that's driving next to you, they're going to take that as like a sign that you're trying to like one up them.
That's what I'm saying.
And just start speeding. And it's like, bro, I'm just trying to drive. I'm sorry that my car went a little bit in front of you.
Exactly. That's how
you don't have to get you, like you said, it's an ego thing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to take that as an insult. I wasn't doing that to like just, flick you off. I don't get it, man. Some people don't have they think too highly of themselves, I guess.
I'm telling you, bro, it's mainly just an ignorant thing. They think it's something completely different than what it is.
What the fuck were we talking about? Because you brought up ego a second ago. What were we talking about when we did shrooms last week?
Oh yeah, live like the trees, bro.
Well, not even live like the trees. We had said something about ego. You brought
I think when we was talking about we was talking about one thing we was discussing about shit being quote unquote corny. I believe that's what it was on, because what I was saying is that our ego cause all right, this is a deep dive. A lot of times it's different types of egos.
Yeah, that's what we were getting at.
And I feel like a lot of times we have an arrogant ego to where we jump out of our humbleness and now it's just like pure arrogance talking. And if you may know arrogance and ignorance go hand in hand.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of times when our ego go in that arrogant mode, we get ignorant to a lot of shit. So I was saying a lot of times when we like, man, that shit corny. It's just our ego is so up that it won't recognize how true that statement is because it sounds so elementary and goofy, but in actuality it's the truth. So I think when we had that Shroom trip and I was like, and we were talking and I was like, man, I hate to be corny. And I was like, you know what, actually it's not corny, it's just real. You know what I mean? But it sounds so goofy that the average motherfucker is not going to be like, it's not going to take that in. They're going to be like, man, that corny ass shit.
And then I said to add on to that,
I believe that's what we was talking about.
that's what you said at first, and then I had piggybacked off that and was saying something along the lines of, what if, someone can say something's corny, but really, that's just a personal opinion, obviously. But then we went into some tangent. I forgot what the fuck we were saying. It sounded way smarter when we were actually under the fucking influence. But you were nailing it with there's different types of ego. I think we even went into a deep dive on like there's like a negative ego, which is like the most majority, and then there was like even a positive ego, but even the positive sides of ego can be negative sometimes.
Yeah. What makes it positive and negative is again that arrogance. When you're confident in yourself, you can have a very positive. That's a positive ego, being confident in yourself, like the way you carry yourself. You know what I mean? If you carry yourself respectively, like it's a certain light and aura that follows you. Like that's a stand-up person right there. You like when you see someone that carries himself in such a great way, you don't even have to speak to him. You just see him walk in the room. You like, all right, like. For whatever reason, I feel like I fuck with him. And then that level gets exceeded when you talk to him and the way y'all conversing and the way y'all talking, you're like, damn, like this dude is very wise, very respectable.
Charisma.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's a positive ego. That's a very big ego. But once you get arrogant and once you start, that's when that bloating starts coming in, when you start like keep bringing up how much you're the shit. And it's just like, okay, what you say, like I hear what you're saying, but it's not adding up because you're not matching up to that, or you maybe are what you're talking about, but not at the level you're speaking at.
Yeah.
And that's when it can get negative, where it's just like, all right, that shit's just prideful. You know what I mean? But
pride.
If you carry yourself in a very humble way and just let the energy of the world present, your aura, your light to someone else, just how you are as a person, that's when it can be positive. Because it's all about how you carry yourself. You know what I mean? Like one of the dope things, at least when I walk into a new room or if I'm around a new group of people and when I get to talking to them, they're like, man, like when you first came in, like it's just something about you. Like when someone says that, when they're like, man, it was just something about you that, that makes you seem so nice. Or it's just something about you that, makes me feel comfortable to talk to you. That's a very positive ego. But we don't bring that up because we always talk about the negative ego, that arrogance. But that's the greatest ego you can have. Is someone being like, hey, like I can be comfortable around you. That's a great ego because that just means your character is so strong.
Word of the day is ego.
Yeah, it's all about how you are as a person, how you want that ego. It's a battle because we battle ourselves every day. Kendrick said it's hard to be humble. Take that shit out. Like really think about it. You know how hard it is to be humble? You know how many times I know you felt this way before. If you really human, you felt this way before. If you've been in a situation to where you just gotten out the box where you're like, you know what, man, fuck that. I'm this, like I'm him. Like everyone had that situation before. But it takes a true person to really humble themselves. Because if you really are that, you ain't gotta say nothing.
That is true, man, and that's how I like to follow life. My thing is though, I've seen a lot of people even. One of the worst things is when people think they're being humble, and they're not really like I don't know what it is, and I know there's like even if you won't go on the psychological part, there's a term for it, but there could be people that are under the false context that they think they're being humble. Mm-hmm. But it's really them projecting even harder. Mm-hmm. And it's like like I said, I wish I was a psychologist so I could understand that term. Or with a quick Google search, maybe I could find it. But you nailed it up, man. The only thing I was gonna say, other than that, how did you feel in that shroom trip?
Nah, it was cool. Like we was talking about that shit off the mic, man. It was a very successful shroom trip because you know a shroom trip is very good is when you sobered up and you took a lesson. I wouldn't say a lesson that you didn't know because we always known what we did learn, quote unquote, from the shroom trip. It's just now we seen a point of it to where we can understand it because we see a lot of things in life, but it's only a few things that we see that we understand. So that shroom trip just made me understand a lot of shit that I seen before.
Be like the tree.
Yeah, not only that, again, how that ego conversation. Um, Another thing it taught me was from that live like the tree statement was just patience and growth. But that's always a common thing when I take a shroom trip. Is always I just learned something new about patience.
Yeah.
When I came down off of that shroom trip, like after I got done chilling at your house, which by the way, that experience was like fucking phenomenal. Eating Panda Express, looking at that PS5 was like crazy.
Man,
so
we were already seeing the PS5 graphics in real life.
Yeah, I know, but that shit was wild. But after I got done with that and I came back to the crib and I really started to mellow down, I got a second to really think on a sober mind, everything. And besides everything we talked about, bro, it really taught me that we learned a lot and we still have a long way to go.
Yeah.
It really taught me patience, man. It really did. That's why I like shrooms, man, because it keeps me humble. It really does. And humbleness to me is just knowledge.
Wisdom.
Yeah, for real, wisdom. There we go. Thank you. Wisdom. All the way.
That's hard, man. I'm glad it worked.
Appreciate you. How about you though? Let me reel me in. Tell me something.
I think the only thing I can do is with the video footage that I have, chop it up into a nice short documentary and release it to the masses, because everything that I'm going to say sober, trying to recount the things that I said while under that influence, I'm just going to butcher my own words, and it's like if I were to say right now how my experience was, it was great. I was even taking it during a time where, things have been sort of stressful in certain categories. So I was able to think of that in a different light, and I pulled my own my personal problems, and it helped me just cope in different ways.
I'm gonna let you finish that shit up because you're completely right. But one thing I do want to give thanks to you for, because you helped me realize this during that trip, is you made me realize that. And that's why I said this while we was doing the shroom trip, during the shroom trip, because you getting your shit off made me realize it. But life truly is good, but like how you put it, just the outside factors of it really change like our outlook on it. You know what I mean? Like when you was breaking that shit down and we was talking about that really opened my eyes to a lot. That's why I was like, man, life truly is good once you take away like the bullshit as far as like bills, that type of stuff.
Real
like
shit, man.
That. There we go. And again, back to you. We live in a society. You know what I mean?
That man.
You know what I mean? Like when you was bringing that shit up, we live in a society.
It's crazy for the people listening. They're gonna. There's some people that probably already just paused this and said, "Fuck this." I know it's an overly used meme, but everything that we were talking about for those hours, all different topics, somehow still circled back to the fact that we live in a society that has these types of things. We talked about the corniness. I talked about how, since being corny is technically an opinion that someone would have about a certain thing, you're just a product of what the machine's been pumping out. You've been watching these movies, these shows. You're learning what your interpretation of corny is from the man. Mm-hmm. So really, that's just, dude. Yeah, like I said, sober me is gonna butcher the intelligence of that shroom trip for the both of us.
No, it's cool because I completely understand it. Good catch, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I completely understand it, and I mean, I took in everything from that because it made me learn after that shit just to really balance things out.
Yes.
So it again, to wrap it all up for me, of course it taught me patience, wisdom, and of course balance. Because a lot of times I feel overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, but that Shroom trip just reminded me it's a bigger picture. Like at the end of the day, like the shit that we going through now is legit just a speed bump. You know what I mean? We're gonna get over it regardless. But at the end of the day, what we see outside, whether be like the trees, the earth, the sky, all that stuff, like that's the stuff that truly matters.
Exactly. And it's crazy that you said that because I want to go off on that real quick. But before I say this, to top that all off, the "be like the tree" quote that was said during that Shroom trip, we had started talking about how, survival in life, whatever. Bruce Lee said, "Be like water" in the terms of fighting, which made more sense. Like conform, if you put water in any jug, no matter the shape, it's going to conform to that shape. But we said, "Be like the tree," and I brought the example up of if you've ever seen like pictures of, in the old abandoned malls, there'll be an escalator, and then that tree somehow grew through the escalator. Or like how you said with Tupac's poem, "The rose that grew from the concrete." These are things like it's a way of life. Be like the tree. A tree, no matter the obstacle in its way, is going to grow around it, and it might look like a very weird tree, but at the end of the day, it's still technically prospering.
No, it's still a tree at the end of the day.
Right.
Because when we was at the when we was over by that lot, and I pointed over at that abandoned parking lot, the weeds and the trees that was growing through, I was like, man, you could put those same trees in soil and they'll come out that same tree.
Yeah.
So no matter what happens, like whatever life throws at you, that survival's mentality. You still learn how to get through it. Just same way like how you said that thing with the at the mall and shit. That tree had to learn the obstacles on how to grow through that escalator to sprout up and actually become what it is.
You know what the word is that we used?
What's that?
Adapt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Adapt.
Gotta adapt. But what you said a second ago, it's funny that you said this because I was thinking about this earlier today. About how besides living in a society, life is really good despite these things
That's
that
what I'm
are
saying.
man-made. Well, I was thinking earlier today, I'm like, man, I was reminiscing on like times that were even just like 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I remember that. That was actually a good time. And there was like a lot of shit that happened in that short period. But then I thought about it for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. At that time, I was stressed out as fuck. Like, I didn't even realize I was living in what would be considered good times until years later when I overcame that. And we talked about this podcast ago, but sometimes you gotta tell yourself, if you're going through something now, think about the times in the past when you thought you were really going through some shit.
Bro. That's why I don't trip.
That's why, yeah, exactly.
Can I give you an example real quick?
Yeah.
About that? So, we in the middle of October. The reason I bring this up because we getting close to it, and again I'm reminiscing, but next month of course is my birthday month.
Yes.
So, fast forward last year, and I was gonna tell you this off mic anyway, but this is very positive for me, so I don't mind sharing it, like
right
to the
on,
public.
yeah.
So last year, bro, because I remember, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all really good friends. But shout out to you and Milan. Y'all came through the crib for my, at mom's crib for my birthday.
Yeah.
You got the video footage, all that. But last year, okay, around that time, I was struggling because I was going through some personal shit. The job I was at, back at FedEx, they cut hours. I wasn't making a lot of money.
Yep.
I'm gonna be transparent because I overcame that, but I was making probably about like 400, 450 a week.
Damn, yeah.
I was making like, and that was like on a good week, you know what I mean? But I was like barely scraping. I had that going on. I was starting the what's the part of it? Cause you already know how my relationships was back then, but I was going off the cusp of finally hitting rock bottom from that and starting to build myself up.
Right.
And then lastly, I was struggling because I was good at putting up a front, but I was under a lot of pressure because around that time I had maybe one more month, if that, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks to pass the test for my real estate license, unless I fail and I had to pay the money again for the class and then pay the money again for the test.
Right.
So I was under a lot of pressure. So fast forward a year later almost, I got a better paying job, thank God. I passed the real estate test.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And thank you for thank you for taking one of the best self-portraits for a business ever.
Bro, you can't even tell that was right there in the kitchen.
Yeah, you can't. That's how beautiful you are as a photographer. But I passed that, and and again, this is the part I was going to tell you off mic, but I'm going to say it anyway. Now I'm in the process of talking to someone I really do like, and the feelings are mutual.
Damn.
We already been on 3 dates.
Damn.
So I'm just saying that's how life is. That again, I'm self-reflecting off of that statement because last year I was very shitty. Like I didn't around that time last year on my birthday, I was straight stressed. I'm like, I don't know if I can even afford to get like my family, if not whoever I have for Secret Santa, a present.
Bro.
So like that was last year. So now this year, fast forward, like all of that is just changed.
Imagine if you were slightly in a worse place and you ended up, God forbid, things got too tough. You ended up doing something real stupid. You weren't there anymore to live.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This shit's
you
real.
You never know what life's gonna throw at you, and I'm glad you brought that up, man. Because literally, I'm very happy that all of that is even happening.
No, I appreciate you, but I just said that to say like, man,
self-reflection.
Yeah, exactly.
But same here, man. I was literally just talking to you before we started this, but like, it was so crazy that. The place I've been at for the last almost 3 years, raising rent like every other 5 months. On top of that, come to find out this whole year, my job hasn't been paying me what I should have been getting paid.
Yeah.
So it's just like all these things. I feel you, man. Even last year, I was just in a situation where I'm like, dude, I might actually just say fuck the we live in this society thing and just go travel, be a hermit. But I didn't do it.
But guess what we did?
We adapted and we prospered.
No, you got it. No, you got it. You got it.
Is that we prospered?
Mm-hmm. We adapted and we prospered. And how the fuck did we live? Like what?
Trees.
Fucking trees.
We be like the trees.
And we just say all that. That's just full circle. So to anyone that made it this far, that whole conversation is full circle how the Shroom trip was.
Yes.
It's like no matter what we've been through, no matter what we're going through now, we just gonna elevate because that's what we did. We both just gave examples, bro. Like we can't make this shit up.
We
gave examples on how we are prospering and adapting, and that's why I always say like, and I'm gonna end this off at least for me. Is I know how people always make that cliche shit, and I'm saying this because we're getting closer to the end of the year, crazy. But people always be like, next year is my year, like next year. I like that shit don't exist no more. Next year is a better year.
Yeah.
Cause again, how we just reflected, each year just gets better. So it's not like, oh, it's my year. Cause a lot of people be like, man, I fucked up this year. Next year, my year. Nah, you didn't fuck. Even a loss. All right, bro. Even a loss. Nah, cause I think the shrooms are still in there.
Yeah.
The shrooms are still shrooming, but people be bringing up the L for like a loss. But at the end of the day, like an L. A loss can be a lesson. It still starts with an L. So yeah, you took an L that year, but it wasn't a loss. It was just a lesson. So next year is still gonna be great for you. It's gonna be greater because even though you didn't quote unquote win like you wanted to, you still learned. And that's gonna help you even better the next year,
bro.
So no matter what you go through, bro, either if you took a win or if you hit rock bottom or whatever, it's still a lesson. It's not a loss.
You know what I think is the key to life, man? And then this is some wise words from Thomas to end this all off on. The key to life is to just expect everything, even if it's negative. I'm not saying
yeah, for
expect
sure.
everything to be negative, because then that'll fuck up your like outlook on life. But just you gotta make it to where you are not surprised when shit goes left
Oh
in
yeah, for
life.
sure.
You
Oh
know,
yeah, that's
it's
me.
like I remember a time when I was much younger, and how could life be like this? I just didn't grasp the idea. I still at that time thought that I was the main character of life. It's like,
Hmm.
no, man, like, that's where the ego thing comes in.
Yep.
You got to realize that shit happens, life, random shit happens,
It
and
does
you
that
just
we
got
can't
to
control.
keep yourself humble. If you win and you make wins, then that's great. Just feel blessed that you had reached that opportunity.
There you go.
But if you take those losses, even no matter how bad they are, just know that somehow, if you play your cards right, things will get better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's another. And just to add this, I'm not even on shrooms now, but to be honest, that's why like Buddhist monks are, I would assume, some of the happiest people ever. Really, no matter how many losses you experience, it all just depends on how you perceive things.
Oh yeah, for
You know,
sure.
if
For
you
sure.
if you don't listen to the intrusive thoughts in your mind, you're unstoppable, really.
Hmm.
So even if you experience like you lose your job, oh shit, how am I gonna pay rent? Yeah, that's a like I would be
That's
stressing my,
exactly that's a
but
valid point.
I
But
do believe technically if you were to just somehow achieve that enlightenment, you would be able to even feel things like that and just not trip the fuck out.
exactly.
I want to reach that.
True, but not only that, but that's a long process within itself.
Yeah.
But and I'm gonna go off your like the example you put. So the type of person that really listens to those intrusive thoughts, like if something like that, God forbid, would happen to anybody, like the average person that's really not tapped in with themselves would think like, man, how I'm gonna keep the lights on, how I'm gonna pay for the gas, how I'm gonna get the rent,
Right.
like car, no. But like if how you just said, if you always kind of mentally prepared yourself for this moment, you wouldn't be stressing off of that. You'd be like, damn, all right, I lost a gig. All right, let me hop on this. What other job I can get? Like
Right.
what other hustle I can get? Let's get this shit moving. Because in your head, since you already low key prepared yourself, you know what to do.
Right.
If you don't prepare yourself for anything, when that shit happens, that's when you gonna be like, man, all right, yeah, shit fucked up, but let's get back on it. You know what I mean?
That's the thing, because at the end of the day, even like to say it basically, why, like, you can grieve, but to be honest, grieving doesn't do anything. Like, and this is coming from, I'm not saying I'm someone that doesn't do anything. Believe me, all the reasons that you said, like, how am I going to pay this? How am I
Yeah, oh,
going to get
yeah,
my
these are
bills?
legitimate reasons.
We have both been in those
Oh
situations
yeah, for
before,
sure.
but it's like, technically, with the way your outlook is on life, you could make it to where, like you said, you take these losses, and instead of complaining or even having time to grieve about it, you're just instantly thinking, okay, well, now I got to make money. How am I going to make money?
Exactly.
Some people decide to do, illegal shit. Some people decide to just put all their effort into insert this here.
Yeah, looking for a job or doing side hustles. You know what I mean? One thing I learned was when I remember this some years back when some fucked up shit happened. And I remember I spent probably like a good, not the whole day, but a good amount of time like just complaining and moping about it until I looked up and I was like, the only thing that changed was the fact that the sun went from here to here.
Right.
All the cars kept on passing by me. Everyone kept on walking the street.
People are getting richer.
Yeah, not only that, but people. Yeah, that too. But that's a great valid
From
point.
a financial
That's what I'm saying.
perspective.
People still getting richer. People still moving. People still living. Like that's when you have to check yourself, humble yourself, because I'm thinking, because at the end of the day, no matter what you go through like that, the world don't stop for nobody.
No.
Not when you going through shit, a whole bunch of cars didn't stop and was like, Charles, are you okay? Is everything okay? The world keeps moving. So you just, live like the tree, and you got to roll with it. You basically got to move with the world. So whenever fucked up shit happened to me, because again, my mom be talking shit, because when everything first happened with that car, she was like, why didn't you call nobody? Like, you never let nobody know what's going on. Because I'm too busy moving with the world on trying to figure out how to get myself back on that.
Right.
Like, Cause again, if you just call people and just complain all day,
You're wasting time right there.
yeah. I mean, shit. Tupac said it. Looking at the sun don't pay.
Real shit,
Yeah,
Tupac.
right. You got to move with it.
Damn. Damn. You're right though.
Yeah. So, bless you.
Thank you. Holy shit.
That's
man.
the outro sneeze.
All right, real quick. One Super Mario trailer dropped. We gotta go see it. Seth Rogen is playing Donkey Kong. Crazy.
Yeah, I didn't hear that one though. On the trailer, I do want to say this real quick. Jack Black played an excellent Bowser.
Insane.
Bless you. There you go. I want to hear. Okay, Chris Pratt. Wasn't the best Mario. I know.
Fuck no. And you know what's crazy? I hate when Hollywood movies they have the guy that actually has played Mario since the beginning of time in the movie. Why the fuck isn't he just playing Mario then? He still plays the game Mario.
I'm going to send you a video I seen on Reddit where this voice actor redid the trailer. But I believe it's their original voice. But he used the original Mario voice on it. And it sounded flawless. And It sounded like it fit. I'm going to see if I can pull it up on my phone. But if I find it later, I'll send it to you. But when I seen that, I'm like, this is what it should be like. Because I know what Hollywood did. Chris Pratt got the points from the Marvel movies. And, with shit like that, okay, let's get who we know.
Right.
Chris Pratt is a popular name that's going to get people to walk in the theaters. Now, I kind of knew when I seen the cast, I was like, Chris Pratt is Mario. I'm like, I know what's going on because this dude, if it was somebody I knew that's good at voice acting or doing different accents, then I'd be like, I think they'll do it. But as soon as I seen Chris Pratt, I'm like, all right.
I see now.
Because I'm going to be honest, because the only reason I started to give him a pass because I'm going to say this because I've been through this and I corrected myself. When I first seen that Buzz Lightyear trailer, and I'm like, man, Chris Evans is Buzz Lightyear. What the fuck? But when I actually seen the movie,
He did good.
He did good.
He did good, man.
He did good. He did good. So I was like, all right, maybe this would be the same with Chris Pratt. No. And this made me worried because our boy from Always Sunny, Charlie.
He plays Luigi.
I feel like he can pull that off.
Dude, you already know people are gonna make those like YouTube poop videos where they're gonna have Luigi, but they're gonna put voiceovers from Charlie's character in Always Sunny. It's gonna be hilarious.
I know he can pull that off. Let me see here again. Jack Black did amazing as Bowser.
Keegan, Mike, and Michael Peel
is playing
Toad. They just sped up his voice.
Yeah, because I was about to say, I heard it, and I was like, that ain't Keegan. But that makes sense now. They sped up his voice. But I know it's too late in production to replace Chris Pratt's voice because it says it's coming out in holiday. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're done with it.
Yeah, so...
And Seth Rogen is fucking Donkey Kong. It's just so weird. Is he going to do the laugh?
I feel it. Yeah, I know.
Oh, God.
I want to see how that is because, Donkey Kong is going to be interesting because Donkey Kong really don't have a voice.
Yeah, and he's not really like a stoner. Like what's Seth Rogen going to bring to Donkey Kong?
I feel like it's going to be good. Nah, Seth Rogen didn't play Wreck-It Ralph, didn't he?
No, that was John C. Reilly.
Fuck.
Yeah, he killed that shit.
Yeah, I know. That's what they should have got because I immediately thought of Wreck-It Ralph. But, yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to just say this. I think Chris Pratt is going to have the worst voice in there.
Dude.
Because he literally sounded like himself. He didn't try to throw in no twist, no nothing.
He sounded like himself, but very subtly at the very end of each word did he kind of he wasn't like let's go with the A,
yeah.
But he kind of added something. But it was like, dude, you didn't do anything to your voice. You didn't even sound like a stereotypical Italian.
Yeah, because I know Mario's supposed to be the stereotypical Italian American,
right?
But I understand maybe they didn't want to ruffle any feathers because the culture we live in.
Bro, Chris Pratt, isn't he fucking Irish or something? Like, why the fuck are you playing?
So.
Why are you playing Mario, bro? This is coming from a 25% Sicilian man. I feel like I have a right to speak on this. That is horrible representation. And on top of that, I love Adam Driver, but why the fuck did they keep? You just seen he's playing the Ferrari guy now.
Yeah,
the guy who made Ferrari.
Yep.
He just came out of House of Gucci. Why the fuck is he playing these Italian guys? Like, bro, you know how many Italian actors are, and you're getting Adam Driver? I love him to death as an actor, but it's like, dude, he's not. I don't even know what the fuck he is.
Come on, man. Disney can pull strings.
Oh man,
Disney owns Star Wars. They put him on there. They was like, you can have anything.
Damn. Fuck Disney.
Yeah.
Also, final note. Fuck Supreme. You already know what happened. I'm not even
Yeah,
going
we
a
not.
long tangent.
Yeah, just fuck
But
Supreme,
fuck
bruh.
Supreme. They stole.
They
Don't fuck
violated.
around. Just going forward, if you ever see DFA drop something, Supreme did not do that first.
Yep.
So
They violating shit, but they gonna get their retribution.
their day of reckoning
Mm-hmm.
will soon come.
Yeah. In the wise words of Kratos, vengeance will be mine.
Yeah. I was just watching God of War gameplay too, man. I can't wait for that shit.
Wait.
I can't fucking wait.
But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up, bro. We went hard. We had 1 hour and 10 minutes, but thank you for all the listeners. Thank you to all of our people, our supporters. You already know what's going on. STLiens podcast. We out of here.
Kush.